Okay, so today we're going to go over water hazards. So first, let's brainstorm exactly what marks we see out on the Ottawa River. Well, what marks have we seen?
Is that like yellow one, the S mark?
Yellow, the S mark, part of the Olympic circle. That's not important. That's what we call a recreation mark. It's for starting races and stuff. Any other marks we see around? Yes, Jake?
Green and red channel markers.
Yeah, we have green and red channel markers right in front of our harbor, and those mark off a lane where it's been dredged out of the harbor. What other marks do we see?
The one up by Blueberry Reef.
The one up by the reef. Yes, on the Ottawa River we have a red pencil, and the pencil marks off the corner. This is important. It's a channel marker because it marks off the edge of it, the port edge of it. Okay, so what other marks do we see out on the river?
Oh, that boat came in and dropped the marks near the rapids like
Yeah.
a few days ago.
Yeah, we have the hazard buoys right by it. So we've been talking about hazard buoys, ones with the diamond in it, yeah, and starboard and port channel markers. So why are these all important to us? Like, I mean, what do these mark off? We've seen all these marks. What do they mark off?
I think you said earlier hazards.
Well, the hazard buoy marks off hazards. You said you saw these near the rapids. Well, hazard buoy marks off the rapids. So this buoy here marks off rapids. We have a whole line of them across the mouth of the rapids. We got our channel markers in front of the channel to the harbor, and these mark off a lane where it's been dredged and straight into it so people can see each other. It's to manage traffic, manage boat traffic out on the water. So next we're going to hop right into a game. So the game here is going to be matching our buoys with certain dangers out on the water, like shoals and reefs and islands and stuff, and we'll get into depth about those in a second. Okay, so here's a game. So we got, it's all upside down, but that's okay. So guys, we're going to try and match these up as best as we can. Some will go through with two of them, so we'll match these up as best as we can. So, Jake, go for it.
Right. Rapids are bad. Red is bad. Let's put it
Well,
right here. Big red mark.
What's up?
Marks a big bad thing, right?
no, red and out in the water doesn't mean bad, it means port. So, where exactly do we see rapids, and what did Jake, you already said what you associated hazard marker with, so exactly what do you think the rapids go with?
Oh, they like the big white marks. I remember those are the ones near.
Yeah, hazard marks, so the one with the orange diamond. So, Jake, got something?
Would islands go under
Well,
hazards?
no, they don't, because think about Britannia Yacht Club. We have Elmer Island up the river, and it's like off to the side. You can only go on one side of it. So the channel marker just go right by it to make sure you can't run aground there. So what markers would you use to mark off an island?
Channel markers?
Yeah, so yeah, put them right there. So what other things do we have?
Starboard side channel, and you said red was port, so that goes here, right?
Yeah, it does go here. So where does the other things go?
Well then,
Would a shoal not go under hazards?
No, think about Britannia again. So we have a shoal in between Britannia Yacht Club and Nepean Sailing Club, and there's 4 markers in a line marking off the shoal on the edge of the channel. So considering the shoal is on the port side going upstream, where would it be going downstream?
Over here somewhere?
Yeah, the shoal would go under channel markers, but Britannia, it would be under the green one, but it's under the channel markers. So, what are we still have reef and port side channel.
this is starboard,
So
this
it's-
is port.
Exactly. So reef, would the reef go under? We already went over Blueberry Reef at Britannia, so
He said that was a channel marker, like,
Yes,
like the
that
shoal
is
on the
a
island.
channel
yeah.
marker.
Yep, and good. Britannia is a port channel marker. It's opposite to the shoal. Okay, so that's our game. Yep. Gonna cut this out. Jake, tell me the time.
6 minutes on the dot.
Shit.
Just drag out the dragon ray as long as we possibly.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, there we go.
We'll probably have to shoot for like 11:30 because we've blocked out too much time. But,
Yeah, we'll just drag it out as best we can. Ask really stupid questions.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, that was our game. You guys told me exactly what things we see out of Britannia Yacht Club go with channel markers and hazard buoys. So, what exactly is important about all this? Like, I mean, why don't we just go down the rapids? Why don't we just go whitewater rafting in our Opties?
I mean, it really isn't that bad. I mean, boats have insurance just like car. I know when my parents' car got crashed, they just got a new one. So isn't it the same with boats?
Well, I mean, insurance is there, but we don't want to rely on insurance. And I mean, insurance companies aren't good and all. So, really, why we want to avoid these is because we don't want to cause a problem. So, can we just brainstorm why we wouldn't want to go down the rapids?
Legs are good. No
Well-
legs are bad.
Well, we don't really lose legs by going. Well, I guess you can lose legs. So, any other reasons?
The currents are dangerous.
Yeah,
They
the currents.
suck you
So-
around.
If you end up seeing this mark, if you're on the inside of this mark, you see everyone else on the other side, and you go, the current's really bad. What exactly do you do? What should you do if you're inside a hazardous area?
Well, like the airplanes, we do the brace position.
Well, no, we don't brace. We kind of want to solve the problem. I mean, if you can get out, that's good. If you can get to shore, if it's high current. But first thing you should do is blow your whistle. Try and get the coach to come over to you, because the coach has a motorboat, and the motorboats are powerful. But if you're on your own, try and get to shore, or other things you can do is, it used to be taught to bring up your boards and get low, but now they teach you, this is important, to put down your boards, especially during the summer at Britannia, the rapids are so weak that if you put down your boards, you'll stop and you can wait. But depending on the season, you might want to bring up your boards and get as low as you can in the boat. It depends on the situation. So, but the main thing is don't go near them. If you see hazard buoy and you do it, if you get on the inside of the hazard buoy and you notice rapids, get away. So, what other things? We talked about reefs and shoals. How can we avoid those?
By staying in the middle of the channel.
Well, not staying in the middle of the channel. You always want to, if you see a boat coming towards you, it's not stick to the right as much as it is pass them to port. So that means let them come on the left side of you, like keep to right. But in sailing, we like to say leave them to port. So, what other things?
Well, U-boats are the.
Well, U-boats.
in the-
So, you know what? U-boats, other boat traffic. So, we just talked about boat traffic. If you're in a channel and you see a U-boat, the U-boat surface and it's coming at you, what do? Just brainstorm. It's just like driving a car.
Loudly scream, sail over power.
Well, that's true and all, but you're going to want to keep to the right so you can pass them to port. So, U-boats, I mean, if you see one, I think the first thing you should do is call the police. Okay, so...
Will I ever see a U-boat in the Ottawa River?
No.
Okay.
So, what other things can you do to, what other things can you do, like, to avoid, say, a shoal or a reef?
Tack over and go the other way.
Go the other way. But, let's say, worst case scenario, you're already in it. What do?
Like for a shoal?
Yeah, for a shoal or reef, if you get into it, what should you do?
lift your board.
Lift your boards right away before they snap off. That's a good one.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Board snapping is bad.
You don't want to damage your boat. You don't want to hurt yourself from immediately stopping.
If the water's shallow enough, jump out and lead your boat back to good water.
If it's that shallow, I guess you could. Other thing you might want to do is just stop. Retracing your steps might work because in the middle of the water it's hard. You might want to wait and get help. Getting help's always good. Getting a motorboat to come in, test your depth and stuff. If you have a canting keel, bring your keel up. If you have a dagger board keel hybrid thing, I don't know what those are called, you can bring that up. So, like in conclusion, go over one more time what these all are.
Those are channel markers, right? And then like
That
Yep.
is a hazard marker.
So, good. So, quick quiz. So, if we come across these, what do we want to do?
stay on the side that doesn't have some sort of hazard on it.
Okay,
Like rapids or
here's a
waterfall.
tricky question. If we're going upstream and we see one of these, which side do we go on?
So that's on downstream.
We're going upstream.
Yeah, I'm saying like because we're tall.
Yeah.
So
Green,
downstream.
red to the left if we're going upstream, or to the right.
If you're going upriver, red should be to the right.
Oh,
Upriver, red
Yes.
to the right.
so I'm just going downriver. I put
Because
the green buoys on my leash.
If we're sailing upriver at Britannia, what red mark is to your right? It's the only one all the way up till Elmer.
The blueberry.
The reef mark. Okay, so that's good. In conclusion, we know how to identify hazards, how to avoid hazards, and just about hazards in general. So we know how to save ourselves and get away from them, all that good stuff.